feel a certain sense of apathy, or let's say a certain self of certain jealousy if someone else is kind of doing the things that we always want to do. Specifically, stop consuming the content of people who just want to bring others down by abusing them endlessly. See what value you can create in everyone's life around you. That is a ground up approach instead of a top down approach wherein people are just telling you this is fucked up, that is fucked up, or they're just getting their fun into bringing others down. We are a society which does not want anything emotional to be expressed in today's world. Yo guys, namaskaram. So, Debukidastak is a platform where we talk on mental health and a lot of other sensitive issues, right? So basically, the entire aim of this channel is to build a community around sensitive issues and make people feel comfortable about themselves. So basically, if you're new here, consider subscribing. Our mission is to empower you with ideas to live smartly and joyfully. The world is full of suffering, but let us increase our competence to deal with things joyfully. And just a tip, so all these are basically conversations, so I might suggest that you should watch these conversations at 1.5x. You can increase the playback speed through the button in the settings. Cheers and enjoy watching. Yo guys, namaskaram. So today I wanted to talk about certain human tendencies which can bring your own downfall, and the experience of your life, fundamentally speaking, would not be so great per se. So, see, there are like certain fundamental qualities which we have within us which makes us suffer like crazy. These are the feelings of greed, anger, foolishness, arrogance, and doubt. So, now of course, we are all humans and these feelings are quite natural to us. But the first step in becoming less dominated by them is to become aware of them. I have read like a lot of case studies of successful people, from successful people, about people whom they admire, who have been brought down to their knees just because they did not keep these tendencies in check. So there is a time when you're young when that's fine and you're making mistakes and growing. But becoming a person who is kind of remembered by all when you're growing up in life is important, because see, it's kind of easy to earn money in life but not people. So you must pick your battles wisely, because as you grow older and older, there would be less and less people whom you'll trust in life because of certain experiences, certain fundamental qualities which would make you repulse certain people, right? So the only time that you can make genuine connections is when you're growing up in your journey. So we are a society which does not want anything emotional to be expressed in today's world. I see that. So these feelings pile up and we are forced to repress them. We cannot show them outwardly since the world does not allow us to express them. Once it is repressed, it turns inward and like causes a hell lot of suffering. So you might see it in today's world. The statistics says that so many Indians are suffering from mental health problems, and we are, generally speaking, a passive aggressive society. We are not blatantly aggressive but do everything in our capacity to bring someone else down if he's trying to get ahead in life. Like, that's our core nature. We don't want others to succeed. That's how it is, right? So these tendencies might be more common in you than you think. My aim here is just to bring them into your conscious mind rather than your unconscious and repressing them on the back burner, and you are kind of hurting yourself endlessly in the process. So if we live with these feelings for too long, we might actively contribute to a society which creates a very restricted and closed culture, not open to ideas. It fundamentally leads to a downfall as a society and kills fresh talent and ideas which can really make us miles apart from our peers. So, Sadhguru talks about the concept of prarabdha in one of his books called The Karma, which means that, prarabdha is like the allotted karma for you in this specific lifetime. Fundamentally, I do not know about this, but why one person kind of seems to suffer so much in life while the other, having somewhat similar circumstances, seem to enjoy life is still out of my purview of logic. Like, does anything if I see it from a logical mind does not make sense to the same set of circumstances impacting two different people very differently. So I think some practical insights to help you in channelizing your emotions and the above feelings in a more positive direction would be to just stop looking at what is happening to you and instead look the other way. Don't be so focused on yourself, look the other way. Look at the so many unknown factors which contribute to your daily living. That farmer grinding in the bloody sun for your food, those delivery people making sure the product or your food reaches the specific shop on time every fucking day. The importance of you having money when 828 million people, it's as per the UN report of 2021, suffer from hunger and are not even able to purchase a decent meal for themselves at times. Look at what others are doing for you. This would move you from a place of anger, doubt, and irritability to that of love, and maybe let's say affection towards other, if not love, if it's a very strong emotion which you just want to keep reserved for your the special ones. Okay, so why do you think you are the most important person on this planet? You are not. Tomorrow morning, if you just die, life goes on well without you. Why don't you feel grateful for having the opportunity to just live and you having an opportunity to express your talent, your being? You waste your life on bringing others down. To what end? Does it make you feel good? Does it give you a respite because you don't have the courage to pursue your dreams? Does it satisfy your psyche to see someone suffer in pain? You should live life, I think, by choice, not by various compulsions that are both kind of internal and external to you. So these are like physical compulsions, the psychological compulsions, right? The emotional compulsions, and of course, the society compulsions that society expects you to be a certain way. So your entire metric of what is good and bad does not come from your own standards, but what a specific set of people, or let's say certain people around you, decide it to be. So as you change your locations geographically, those standards would change geographically. Fundamentally, we all know that how sensibly these people live, this so-called people who define your standards in your life. So whatever you are incapable of, people make fun of that because I think they're not sensitive to their own lives in the first place. Secondly, they kind of don't respect themselves, and they don't see themselves in a good light. They want to dispose of their feeling of worthlessness on you because you are an easy target. Or let's say there's a concept in psychology by the name of Schadenfreude, which says that we feel a certain sense of apathy, or let's say a certain self of certain jealousy if someone else is kind of doing the things that we always want to do specifically. So one fundamental thing which you should do right away is stop consuming the content of people who just want to bring others down by abusing them endlessly. It could be from any sphere for that matter. Don't limit yourself to one sphere, go all across, cut those people. See what value you can create in everyone's life around you. That is a ground up approach instead of a top down approach wherein people are just telling you this is fucked up, that is fucked up, or they're just getting their fun into bringing others down. So I think fundamentally in social situations, it's a good metric that if you see someone fighting, there's this common tendency that if two people fight, we just stand there and watch them. So if you see person fighting, ignore that person, what is making them mad. Just ignore and walk on your own. The more stronger the group becomes, the more I think the more of an act those people play, and then they kind of just see the most absurd and meanest things to the other people without even considering their life. So I think to deal with these feelings fundamentally, instead of becoming self obsessed, or just living in a very narcissistic world that okay, life is all about you, switch places. It's not. It's not about you. Like, if you just look at life from other perspective, you'll understand that, like, you'll become more humble in that process. So that's a small video I wanted to do. Let me know what you feel about it, and if you do feel these tendencies, do let me know how you kind of deal with them, because that helps me to get some perspective on life. So anyhow, this is Debashish Pindra from Debukidastak signing off. Cheers. Just a couple of updates. So my website is live now. So you can go to www.debukidastak.com. There you'll find a lot of resources. I have my blog running there. I have my reading list for the years. If you have any suggestions, comments, I'll be happy to take that feedback in and improve, because I just want to build a community which is hell smart and just always living in the world of ideas and making things happen.